voting is underway for the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council elections. Polling began in its 906 polling stations across the Hill District at 7 a.m. today. Elaborate security arrangements have been put in place to ensure free and fair elections. Polling will be held in 26 council constituencies of Karbi Anglong, the results of which will be declared on the 12th of June. Yes, viewers, another big development coming in from Assam. Voting is underway for the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council elections. Polling began in 906 polling stations across the Hill District at 7 a.m. this morning. Elaborate security arrangements have been put in place to ensure free and fair elections. And polling will be held in 26 council constituencies of Karbi Anglong, the results of which will be declared on the 12th of June. And of course, viewers, we will be bringing you all the live updates from Ground Zero as voting for the crucial KAAC elections has gotten underway from 7 a.m. sharp this morning. And of course, what you see on your screens, viewers, are the visuals of people who came out early in the morning today to cast their vote. And already quite a healthy crowd that was witnessed in the early hours of the morning, starting from 7 a.m. Already quite the healthy number of turnout of voters to exercise their franchise. All right, I'm being joined now live from Ground Zero by our Chief of Bureau, Arindam Das, to bring us all the latest updates. Well, Arindam, first of all, a very good morning to you. And of course, a very crucial day for the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council as voting has gotten underway in full swing from 7 a.m. today. What more would you like to add at this point in time? How is voting being conducted at this point in time, Arindam?
Well, Ronak, very good morning to you. And it's a bright, shiny morning at the beautiful hill station of Difu. And the morning shows the day. Why I'm saying is that look at the voters turnout in the early morning. We have been here since 6:30 in the morning, and you can see people are lining up since 6:30 in the morning to cast their votes, though the polling stations opened up officially for voting at 7:30. So this is the turnout of voters early morning, and as I have mentioned, the morning shows the day. So it's going to be a high voters turnout in the selections of the crucial KAAC polls. So this is one of the polling stations in Difu. We are right now at the Difu Government Boys Higher Secondary School, which is one of the important polling stations in Difu. And you can see large number of people have lined up. They have assembled to cast their votes, and they are assembling here since 6:30 in the morning. So this is a crucial elections because we have seen that during the campaigning process, it was a high-profile campaigning by the BJP, because we have seen star campaigners like the Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma, on a campaign trail across the length and breadth of Difu, where he had addressed over 19 rallies in a day span of 4. And on the other hand, we haven't seen that enthusiasm from the other parties in campaigning. But yes, it is going to be a high-profile fight here at the Difu that's the capital town of Karbi Anglong. So let me go across and get the mood of the voters here. What have they expected from this voting process? With what क्या उम्मीद लेके आए आप यहाँ पे?
हमें तो लेके आया वोट देने के लिए। वोट देने के लिए मत लेके आया। अब लाइन पता है वोट देगा अभी कितने देर में पहुँचेगा, लाइन ढूंढा होगा उस तब देगा।
अच्छा, हम लोगों ने देखा कि यहाँ वोटिंग 7:30 बजे से था, लेकिन लोग यहाँ पे 6 बजे से ही लाइन लगाना शुरू कर दिया, तो वोटिंग बहुत ज़्यादा होगा?
ज़्यादा होगा, इसलिए तो जल्दी से लगा, अभी तक जगह पर नहीं पहुँचा है, होगा लाएगा वोट देगा चढ़ेगा।
So there you have heard one of the voters who has lined up to cast his vote here at the Difu Government Higher Secondary School. And let me tell you that more than 200 people have already assembled here since early morning to cast their votes. This is a very crucial election. Polling is being held in 906 polling stations. across both the administrative districts of West Karbi Anglong as well as Karbi Anglong. And over 7 lakh voters are deciding the fate of 157 candidates in the fray. So out of the 906 polling stations, 57 have been identified as very sensitive polling stations. So accordingly, a heavy deployment of security forces have also been made for these elections. So apart from the existing force of the Assam Police and the paramilitary forces present here, additional companies of paramilitary forces and Assam Police have been called in for adequate security cover. But so far, we haven't heard of any untoward incident. Let me tell you about the entire polling process till now. In the entire polling process till now, it has been very peaceful and it was free and fair. And only one single incident of violence was reported from Sorupothar area where a BJP office was vandalized by miscreants. So apart from that one single incident, there were not a single incident of violence or untoward incident reported for in this election. So it has been expected that the elections will be free and fair and it will be peaceful. And as I have mentioned, that the voter turnout is going to be very high because we have witnessed large number of people assembling at the polling stations across Karbi Anglong since early mornings. They have been lining up since 6 a.m. in the morning, though the actual voting process began at 7:30 a.m. Ronak.
Right. And Arindam, from what we can tell from the visuals that are coming in from where you are currently, quite a healthy turnout of women voters as well, isn't it, at this point in time? So could we get some reactions from some of the women voters who are present there at this point in time and get to know what are their aspirations? What do they expect from this very crucial elections, Arindam?
Yes. Let me straight away go across to few female voters here. आप क्या उम्मीद लेके आए हैं इस इलेक्शन में?
क्या उम्मीद लेके आया हूँ, मतलब जो भी हो अच्छा ही हो, जिसको देना है देगा, जो जिसका लिए मतलब होगा, बीजेपी हो या जो ही हो, इसलिए आया हुआ है तो मतलब कुछ ही हो।
देखा गया कि 7:30 बजे से वोटिंग प्रोसेस था, लेकिन लोग यहाँ पे 6 बजे से ही इकट्ठा हो गए।
हाँ, लाइन में तो रहेगा ना, इतना लंबा लाइन है, कब किसका नाम लगता है, इसीलिए लाइन में है अभी, देखता है क्या होता है।
तो आपको लगता है बहुत वोटर जो आएंगे, जो ज़्यादा नंबर में आएंगे?
किसका नंबर क्या आता है कोई तो पता नहीं है ना, देना है तो देगा है ना, और जिसका नंबर जो होगा वो देखा जाएगा, हम लोग का देना है देगा।
So there you have heard one of the female voters who has lined up since early morning to cast her vote here. She is at the end of the line, and she has said that since it's a very high turnout since morning, so they have decided to come early in the morning and cast their votes so that they can have an entire day at their home. So as I have mentioned that the voter turnout so far has turned out to be high, and as I have mentioned earlier also that though the voting process began at 7:30 a.m., but the people started assembling at the polling stations in all the polling stations across Karbi Anglong since 6 or even before that. Back to you, Ronak.
Right, and Arindam, quickly, can you give us a brief about how the security arrangements at this particular polling station are? We already know how security has been beefed up to ensure there is no untoward situation that takes place. So how are the security arrangements at this particular polling station?
Yes, you see, it's a three-tier security arrangement that has been made at the various strong rooms that has been set up for this election. There are 4 strong rooms set up for this election, and for the entire polling process, apart from the existing police force of Assam Police as well as paramilitary forces here stationed in Karbi Anglong, additional forces have been called in for adequate security cover. And as I have mentioned that so far we haven't heard of any untoward incident during the entire polling process. That's starting from the campaigning, we haven't heard of much violence or any untoward incident, apart from one incident of BJP office being vandalized at Sorupothar. So apart from that incident, no untoward incident have been reported so far, and the polling process till now has been reported peaceful, and it is going in a free, fair, and fair manner. So adequate security arrangements have been made for this high-profile election here at the Karbi Anglong Autonomous Council, and 57 polling stations are identified as very sensitive. So in those 57 polling stations, out of the total 906 polling stations, the security cover and in those polling stations are higher in number.